Hello everybody. I am going to be covering Robolectric. It is a test framework for the Android SDK, a unit test framework. It allows you to run unit tests without actually having to go through the emulator, which can be very slow, or having a device, which you might not have. So the first thing you will need to do is download the Robolectric and the Fest utils jar files offline. I have the Android and the Maps jar, which you will need as well, but you should have already got those with your Android SDK. I just have them here for convenience. So let's open up Eclipse. Okay. All right. First thing we want to do is just create a sample project so that we have something to test. So click on File, New, Android Application Project. Just call it Simple App. The rest of the defaults should be fine. We are only creating a project to test, and the base project actually gives you a hello world, so it's enough to test. Click Finish. All right, now we need to actually add a test folder here. This is where the Robolectric Test project and your Simple App project actually get linked. So go to New Folder. We can just label it Test. Could be anything. Click Finish. So that's located there now. Now we need to create our Robolectric Test project, which is really just a Java project. So click on File, New, Java Project. Let's call it Simple App Test. The other defaults are fine on this page. Click Next. Here we need to actually remove the source from the build path of the Simple App Test. So click on the source folder, and if you go down to the details, there is Remove Source Folder from the build path. Click on the link, and now we need to actually link this to another folder. So click on Link Additional Source, and this is where we put the test folder in. So you need to locate the folder you just created in your Simple App, your test folder. So for me, it's under Documents. And there it is. Say OK. And then click Finish. You actually also need to add a project. So you want to add your Simple App project. So click on the Projects tab, click Add. And for me, that's the only one that comes up. Simple App. Say OK. And then you can click Finish. So the base project is now set up. Now we need to actually add the jar files. So let's create a lib folder. Go right click on Simple App Test, New Folder. And let's just call it lib. So Finish. Now there's many ways you could add the jar files, but I think it's easiest to just click on them, copy, and paste. Okay, so if we go back here and we right click on the Simple App Test and refresh, they should be there. And there they are. So now we need to configure the project, the build path. So right click on Simple App Test, go to Build Path and Configure Build Path. From here you can go to the libraries and you can add the two jar files you just put in the lib folder. So add jars and locate first one, say OK, and add the Robolectric. Say OK. We also need to add the external jars for the Android and the maps. So add external jars, and you need to locate your Android.jar for your minimum API, and you also need to get your maps.jar. and you can usually find that in the SDK folder. So all of that, the one thing we still need is our JUnit library. So click on Add Library, select JUnit, select Next. Make sure it's JUnit 4. JUnit 3 does not work with Robolectric. Click Finish. Select everything. And that's everything good. Say OK. All right, so now we're all set up to actually build a test method. So right-click on your test folder, click New, and let's make a new class. Default package, test. Let's call it, we only have one thing to test, which is the main activity. The other defaults are fine. Click Finish. So the one thing we need to be sure to do is make sure that we're running with our Robolectric Test runner. So above your class, okay, and we can create our test method. Okay, let's just make a string hello equal to the main activities resource. And then we can assert that hello is equal to hello world. Now we have to get all the right imports. I have to say that they do not necessarily come up easily, so I have them all over here. So there we go. Save it. And now you need to configure your running. So go to Run and go down to Run Configurations. We're going to run it as JUnit. So double click on that. We're already on JUnit 4, which is what we need. We have multiple launchers available, so we need to actually select one. Click on the link. And we want to use the Eclipse JUnit launcher. So click on that and select OK. And then we need to go to the arguments and make sure that we're actually running in our simple app workspace and not our simple app test. So click on simple app, select OK, and then select apply and select run. And we should get a result. And we failed. We have down here it says expected hello world, but was hello world lowercase. So let's change that to lowercase, and if we go back to run as, right click on that, run as JUnit test, make sure we're Eclipse JUnit launcher, select OK, select OK, and we still failed. Well, I think we probably need to go back to Run, Configurations. Did not save it as simple app. So go back to that, Simple app, select OK, select apply. Now we're to run. There we go, we have a pass. You do get this error down here, but it will not affect your testing. I hope that's a good start, and I hope you have a good day.